In the vast expanse of the galaxy, where countless civilizations flourished, one truth had long been forgotten. Humans were not to be underestimated. The galaxy's greatest powers, from the proud and ancient Seraphians to the militaristic Vraxians, had once viewed humanity as weak, fragile, and insignificant. But that perception would soon be shattered in the most devastating way imaginable. It began with the capture of a single human child, a boy no older than 8 years old, his name forgotten in the bureaucratic archives of the Galactic Council. The Council, a vast organization meant to maintain order and peace, had grown tired of the relentless expansion of humanity. The human race, despite its youth, had become a powerful force in the galaxy, spreading across star systems at an astonishing rate, colonizing planets, and forging alliances with races both old and new. To the Galactic Council, humanity's rapid rise was a threat. They feared what the humans could become. In a cold, calculated move, they decided to send a message. Take one of their own and break them. Show them that resistance was futile. They took the child from a quiet colony on the edge of human space. The boy's parents were too weak to stop them, and by the time they realized their child was gone, it was already too late. The Galactic Council, with its cold, indifferent bureaucracy, put the child through unimaginable horrors. Torture, experiments, and cruelty beyond comprehension were inflicted upon the innocent child in the name of order. But they made one grave mistake. They underestimated the resilience of humans. They underestimated the power of the human spirit. The boy, though broken in body, refused to break in mind. Every day, he endured new forms of suffering, but each night, as he lay in a cold, dark cell, his mind burned with the thought of one thing: vengeance. As the years passed, the boy grew into a young man, a symbol of humanity's strength and defiance. The Galactic Council thought they had won, that they had crushed the spirit of humanity. But what they didn't know was that the boy had become more than just a person. He had become a rallying point for all of humanity. Across the galaxy, whispers spread of the boy, the human hero, a child who had endured the worst the galaxy could throw at him and yet still lived. The humans had learned of the boy's plight, and they were not content to let the Council's crime go unanswered. A movement began, not of mere rebellion, but of righteous fury. People across human space, from the core worlds to the fringes, united with a singular purpose: to free the child and to make the Council pay. The Human High Command, a coalition of military leaders, scientists, and strategists, devised a plan that was as bold as it was dangerous. It was a plan not just to rescue the boy, but to make the Galactic Council regret the day they ever laid a hand on a human. The humans mobilized their fleets in secret, preparing for an assault like no other. They rallied their forces, not just with weapons, but with a deep, unyielding sense of justice. They were not fighting for mere revenge. They were fighting for every human who had ever been wronged, every colony that had been destroyed, and every person who had been silenced by the powers of the galaxy. And then, with the fury of 1,000 suns, the human forces struck. The first target was a peaceful world on the edge of Council space, a planet once known for its thriving cities and lush landscapes. Now it was nothing but a smoldering ruin, the remnants of its population crushed beneath the weight of humanity's wrath. The Council had built their empire on the backs of countless civilizations, but humanity would show them what true power looked like. They burned the world to the ground, reducing it to ash, but they didn't stop there. They knew the Galactic Council would retaliate, and they were prepared for it. One by one, humanity's forces moved through Council-controlled space, targeting the heart of the Council's power. The capital world of the Galactic Council, a once mighty planet of Thaler, became the next target. It was a world of towering spires and shimmering cities, a place where the most powerful beings in the galaxy had once sat in judgment of others. But now it was a target. The human fleets descended upon it with an unstoppable fury. The skies burned with laser fire, and the ground shook beneath the weight of bombers and battleships. The Council's defenses crumbled, and soon the planet itself was consumed in flames, reduced to a wasteland. The human forces didn't stop at one world, or even two. They burned their way through the galaxy, not out of mindless violence, but out of a righteous fury that the Galactic Council had never known. They burned worlds, shattered fleets, and brought the very foundations of the Council to its knees. And then finally, the boy, the child who had been tortured, was freed. No longer a prisoner, but a symbol of humanity's wrath and resilience. He stood before the Galactic Council in chains, a silent testament to the horrors they had inflicted upon him. As he was released, the humans made it clear. Never again would any power dare to underestimate them. The galaxy would soon learn the price of challenging humanity. It was not just the strength of their military or their weapons. It was their unbreakable will, their refusal to bow to anyone, and their unyielding desire for justice. The Council, in its arrogance, had failed to understand the true power of humanity. They had thought they could break a child, and in doing so, break an entire species. But they were wrong. Humanity would not be broken. Instead, they had set the universe on fire, and now the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had burned their worlds, and they would burn forever bright.